Get up in there, we're losing daylight. I don't know who you're whining to, but this'll be a long ass day if you don't get to it. Got everything you need? We ain't coming back early like last time. Hold up, gotta grab my gear first and we can get going.
What the hell? Not again.
Hey, wait up. Why in the hell do you keep doing that? I've warned you 9 times in the past month about doing that. Now you forced my hand. I've got a duty to report you, and it ain't no hassle for me. That's the best bit about working with you. Do you ever speak?
Yep.
Do you ever speak in more than sounds?
We all respond with sounds.
Shut up, you know what I mean.
I actually don't know what you mean.
You know, it kinda seems like you got no respect for me.
Yep.
You ain't deserve my respect neither. I've been in raids, wars, battles. I've been given the highest honor from our ruler, the Eternal Medal of Honor. And what have you done? Work outside the law to be a glorified criminal.
If I'm a glorified criminal, what are you?
A war hero.
We do the same thing, General. I just do it quietly. Killing for the state and killing for individuals are two sides of the same coin. Your head's loud and proud, and I'm tails, quiet and under the radar.
I'm nothing like you.
Oh, completely agree. My point is you aren't better than me, and you don't inherently deserve an ounce of respect. Does that satisfy your egotistical rant?
Hey, do we have a colony on South Bay?
No, why?
That looks like a tower, doesn't it?
Great. Looks like we have to investigate. Let's pull on to shore and set up camp for the night.
Alright.
Welcome back to the Ethereal Bay, everyone. I'm Chef Civil, and this is episode 3. Today we are going to have a pretty grueling episode, not for the faint of heart. When I left Cividonia, one of the books I grabbed was encased in glass. This book was sort of a mythical book, a book about a legend called science. People talked about it like it was a joke all the time, especially when someone said something dumb. They'd say, "Oh, I bet he believes in science too." The weird thing though is when I opened this book, it was filled with instructions. Machines, factories, little pieces that do work without a human standing there doing every single part by hand. Something the indentured servants in Cividonia would have dreamed of. I thought I would start with some sort of factory building today. Then I thought I would try to explain some of this stuff. But it is very complex, so let's get going. What is that? Shit. This isn't good. Scratch everything I just said. We need a new game plan. I think we'll have to do a much briefer version of the science lesson, unfortunately. I know how excited you all were for that. So there are a couple things I've been holding off on, and I think we need to get them done much faster now. First, an expansion to the seawall, and possibly some sort of guard platform at the entrance of the bay. Second, I need to rank up. Even though I didn't really want to join the ranks of society again, while I'm here alone, I could use any edge I can find. So if we type /rank, the rank menu will pull up. The way to rank up is by accruing time and cash. So as you can see here, the first rank costs $5,000 and 5 hours of playtime. I have both. So if I just click, I can get a few extra perks. Each rank will show me which perks it gives, and as I work my way up, I can live with fewer and fewer limitations. I would have started ranking up in Cividonia, but most men live their whole lives as a visitor. Classes always stay the same. But I want more for this place. It might be too early to be found because I have only just begun, but if they think they are going to take it all from me, they won't be ready for the things I have in store. For this seawall, I just want to lay some more foundation. Sometimes just the appearance of a lot is daunting. Maybe they will think it couldn't have been built by one man, or maybe they get forced to come in through the places I allow them. So I'm just going to add some more land in a few spots, some more docks, some rough shape to the shoreline, then we will see how it starts looking. The point right now is not to make something perfect. I do not have the time for perfect. The point is to make the bay look bigger than it is. A tower is one thing. A tower with walls, docks, paths, and foundations is something else. That looks planned and occupied, like maybe someone else is here. And if someone is watching from that smoke, I want them thinking twice before they step any closer. At this point, if it isn't more protected, it at least looks more substantial. I hope it's enough to give me a little bit of time, but I don't like hoping. I wish I had more time. But I think this is the best we can get for now. What we really need to talk about is a backup plan, and I think I have a pretty good one. Okay, so I'd like to talk about my game plan a little bit. Any game plan isn't complete without a backup plan, and this pile of obsidian will be ours. In Cividonia, civilians are not able to access the Nether. It's a place, we all know about it, but it's a place like the moon is a place. It's possible to get there, but not possible to get there alone. Obsidian is an extremely expensive item in Cividonia. Most civilians can't afford it. Those that can afford to get all the tools required for a portal loot the place, and they always come back with all sorts of luxurious goods. Then those goods are sold in the bazaars for a pretty penny, allowing them to live a luxurious life, they being the 1%. But I'm not going there for that. I'm going there for an insurance policy. I'm going to quickly run in there and build myself a hideaway. A cabin in another dimension. A place those watchers wouldn't think to look. Alright, that looks good. I think. I mean, if this is wrong, I guess I just built the dumbest doorway in history. But if it works, I have somewhere to run, so let's find out. Holy crap. What is this place? I have never seen anything like this. I almost can't focus on anything but the bright red blocks around me. For some reason I can't quite explain, I am drawn to the edges of this world, like a call to adventure through this hellish dimension, but I can't do that. I don't have time. I just need to build a quick safe haven in hell. Oh god, I sound insane. Anyway, let's get started. I do think having access to the Nether like this will be essential later on. We could use it to craft some expensive goods, or just sell the raw materials. Either way, this portal and this cabin are serving two purposes. One, it gives us a backup plan. Two, it gives us access to things Cividonia keeps away from regular people. And that second part matters. Because when a kingdom controls what people can reach, it controls what people can become. If you never get access to better tools, you never get better work. If you never get more work, you never get more money. If you never get more money, they get to point at you and say you failed. That is the trick. They lock the door, then mock you for standing outside. Just like people fight over whether or not the moon landing was fake, the poor fight the rich on the existence of this. But it's real. It's as real as the classism in Cividonia. Both need to be seen with your own eyes before you understand the profound experience of experiencing them. In the Nether, it's hot, it's isolated, and there is always this nagging thought in the back of your head that you might get stuck here. What happens when something breaks on the other side? A poor guy like me wouldn't know, but the people sending smoke signals would. They might not be prepared to enter, but they could be prepared to trap me in here forever. In Cividonia, as a man living in the lower class, it's cold, it's isolated, and there is this nagging thought in the back of your head that you aren't a citizen, you're a prisoner. That is until a drunk man with his last ounce of pride stripped from him crawls through pig shit to get out. But I never knew why it had to be that way, why people grow to astounding economic heights only to hoard it and still strive for more. Never needing to retire is never enough for the leeches that monopolize the world. There is a reason Cividonia doesn't have competitors, and there is a reason most humans live there. They don't have the choice to live anywhere else. They don't have the chance to create their new home, new laws, new cultures. So I have to make sure this base survives. We have to give people something they haven't had in a long time. A choice. And with that, our backup plan is sealed. We will bring some food in here, a few extra supplies, just in case I'm trapped in here, but I think this is all we can do for now, especially if we want to start testing out this science thing. Before we get into the sciences, I think we can also do one more thing to give us a fighting shot. Enchanting our tools. Getting enchantments on your tools strengthens them and gives us some advantages over others. More importantly, it gives us a better shot to escape or fight our way out. I think I will spend a bit of time trying to enchant my tools, and then we can get started on science. Alright, now for the thing I originally wanted to do, science. Everyone in this world except for a few rogue civilians have all but forgotten the capabilities of this almost magical subject. There are so many tools and items most people don't even know about, and this book talks about them all in depth. But I always read the last page of a book before starting it, because I'm not a sheep, and the page seemed foreign, describing some sort of weird looking armor. So it looks like, in order to understand anything in the back of the book, you must first get a handle on the items in the front of the book. So that's where we start. I think we can set up a few basic things to get us going, then we can set ourselves up for some expansions. Eventually, a deep understanding of the art form, if possible. So this is the part where I explain Minetorio, very briefly, because again, there is smoke over there, and I'm not trying to get murdered while explaining auto breakers and movers. Basically, it looks like this processing machine works by having a cobblestone generator in front of an auto breaker. That auto breaker will pick up the cobblestone, send it into a crusher, and will get gravel out of it. Once the gravel is crushed, we need to send it into another crusher, turning it into sand. After it becomes sand, we then send it through a sifter, which will give us the processed items, which can be iron, gold, redstone, feathers, string, and sticks. It looks like this machine gets pretty complex after that. For now, I think I will just have to manually input lava and pickaxes for the auto breakers, but I think this will save us a lot of time and let us focus on more pressing issues. Next thing I should do is probably make this place look more livable. A cave with torches laying around doesn't exactly scream technology. I don't really know what I want to do here, but I want it to feel different than the rest of the city. I can't have Cividonia finding it and assuming me as the owner. So I have to think outside the box, cause at least I could have plausible deniability because I don't build in these styles. God, I have become so paranoid lately, always trying to think so far ahead that I miss living in any moment. And unfortunately, I think this pattern of always having to anticipate the worst will be constant, as long as Cividonia exists and the bay remains a population of 1. I'm worried about what is out there, if there is anything else out there. I saw no signs of life outside the walls of Cividonia, and I don't know if there is any. In order for the Bay to have a shot, we need citizens. We need people that want to live here, and it seems like my only options are attempting to scour the planet for people or go back to Cividonia and secretly poach their citizens, both of which seem less than ideal. With the rising smoke, I know there are others, and I don't want to find out what they would do with a freshly maintained village with nobody defending it. But I think this looks good for now, and just in time too. I'm exhausted. I think I'll head up to the house, document week 3, and head to bed. Good night. I started week 3 with a lesson plan, then saw smoke rising up from the sand. I wanted machines in a factory floor, but strangers had found their way near my shore. So I built up the wall and ranked up my name, not chasing their system but playing their game. I opened a gate into fire and red, then built me a room where fear could rest. I hid science under the stone and the floor, a quiet little worker behind a locked door. If Cividonia comes with its hands open wide, they won't find the heart of what I keep inside. So week 3 ends with smoke in the air, and proof that the Bay has learned to prepare. They can sit by their fire and stare through the foam, but I am done running, this place is my home.
Oh, don't drift off now. Not yet. You didn't think the cook's little diary was the end, did you? No. That would be too clean, too kind, too quiet. And quiet never remains long in a place like this. Not when smoke slithers from the sand, not when steel slides across the sea, not when a spy with a smile and a soldier starving to be seen come crawling toward the same cursed shore. How dreadfully delightful, how sweetly stupid. The cook builds walls because grief bit deep. The general barks because pride pulls strings, and the spy watches because secrets sit sweeter on the tongue than truth. 3 little men, swollen with story, all circling the same sad shore. The cook, the criminal, the crown's loud dog, none of them know what waits between them. That is what amuses me. Civil thinks smoke means danger, and yes, the poor bastard is right. But what does danger mean? Smoke is not a wildfire, it's the scent before it becomes one. A cloudy little ribbon rising from sand, waving its wicked warning hand. And still he builds, stone by stone, wall by wall, hiding sparks beneath the soil like secrets stay buried when hungry men start digging. Oh, civil, sweet, stubborn civil. You think preparation is protection. You think walls make a world. You think a hidden machine can hum beneath the earth and not wake the wolves above it. Men like these do not come because they understand. They come because theft is in their blood, and wanting is the oldest war this world has ever learned. So let the titles tumble, let the credits crawl, let the quiet pretend it has consumed us all, because next time the Bay will get some unwelcome guests, and it'll be fun watching Chef Civil get put to the test.